It's what we do.
It's a very Fallout fucking feel of how to end it off.
I just capped it right there. Or do y'all want to continue this audio? By the way, do y'all want to just go down the backstories y'all missed? So we can just talk about shit that like it didn't happen.
Go for it.
I'm sorry, I gotta go because it's like
Alright.
8 o'clock. If you guys would like to do that, that's fine. If you want to talk about that with me another time, that'd be cool.
Alright. Okay, so like
Bye, you guys.
overall, who should we be discussing first in terms of like happened but didn't get to see their full story arc?
I will go to sleep, but I want you to pick your favorite story arc. I think Butane is the one that we never explored.
Tainbu is the one that like her story is basically Helicus is her fucking family member. That's why she kept going after that. She is family to that motherfucker, and she was doing well. And due to this, he had her get set up as a teenager and sent her to prison.
Wow, that sucks.
She knew him personally, so it was personal every time from the jump. Besides that, Helicus and her family were very affluent, and as such, they knew of Ariel on a personal level daily. So it was even more fucked to see Ariel and her fighting every time, due to the fact that it was basically like a sibling dynamic or cousins.
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah. Astra, do you have anyone who you want to know more of?
Also, I do think Astral should bring back the rest of the cast that isn't Charger and Helicist. And just have them live their lives as non-inscription users.
Charger's actually just straight up fucking insane, by the way. Like that's pretty obvious.
Yeah. That's why I said no Charger, no Helicist. Bring back everyone else.
What's the deal with Pompadour's crew? Okay, so you know Viking Dude? Also one of the family members of Helicus, but on dad's side instead. Deal with Viking Dude's inscription is that he can quite literally charge up electricity on his body. Well, it charges up across a field, which stops all plasma from crossing it. Which meant that literally Electric Man right there, right, would have been immune to the lightning hitting him from sin damage. And is also immune to Tame View. Fun fact about Electricity Man, he is a direct party, I guess you could say like duo with Swirl. Because Swirl's whole thing is being able to spin space and rotate it all around. Meaning that Electricity Man would basically charge up by consistently moving and dancing, building up an absurd amount of charge. And then whenever it came time, Spaceman would just rotate you in front of him so he could taser your ass to death. They were one of the most disgusting parry combos of all time, and they just never showed up. It could have been one of the most disgusting things ever. Also, by the way, the reason why Swirly Man had an orange fucking hoodie with a spiral pattern is just an Obito reference. It's just an Obito reference to hold a spatial manipulation and spinning. Which is Sergeant Hector. Sergeant Hector is the monkey. He is the baboon. Sergeant Hector had, in fact, he did have Heaven's Theft, the inscription that allows the user to steal from others. Reason why is that he could steal physical objects and things, allowing him to, and I quote, unequip y'all mid-fight. Why didn't I use this? Because I just didn't feel like I needed to for a while. He was doing well, and then immediately in the span of a turn, that his thing died. When did the Titans make the advisor? Well, the Titan always had the ability to have. Okay, so Titan could extend his what's the word, voice out to people, and also made his own body like puppets, and then sent that out to go talk to and keep pets. He then raised the crow, the baboon, and the serpent. Once they were raised up, he then put them in play. He's had them for about, I'd say, at least 100, maybe 150 years. What were the non-inscription characters? God of Nine Tails, the Mayor, the Benefactor, the Shopman, and Archimedes. And Farm Dad. What was Shopman? Shopman was one of the early shopkeepers who Slayer had talked to early on in his fucking campaign, and was the guy who knew the way to Archimedes' workshop. Which would have gave y'all a bunch of Techo weapons. And he never showed up again. Yep. That's the nature of how it happened. What's Benefactor? Benefactor was the original chauffeur for Helicist. He was someone who knew of Florence, and I basically made that with the premise of, hey, remember when Monkey Pirate got a ride in a car? That was Benefactor. That way, if y'all did the whole like wait for him to show up and just redid that section, y'all could have gotten to Florence or to Helicist again. What is service? Service. Sevis. I don't remember who Sevis was. I might have forgot him. His sheet's mainly blank, and I probably forgot him at one point. Just never made him again. How would the book work now? Okay, so how does the book work right now? Number one, with the way that this has played out, Zeke is still alive. Helicus is dead, right? Seraph is still out in the fucking woods, which could be one of the most disgusting things ever. Florence will be a hell of a fight during the middle of a battle, by the way, just because reality warping bullshitter. Miss Ethel is going to be in hell of a fight. I would more than likely put Jet up against a older Leroy, and also, I don't know. Ariel is now going to be fucking dead. I see Jet fighting Tim. Yeah. There's a high likelihood I don't do it exactly with it. I might just do it with like straight up, if you three didn't exist and the Titan didn't exist, and just let it be as that for the story of the book, because that would fit. But I can say this: Centrality Disillusion is coming on the horizon. It's fucking fast, right? It's crazy. Add shit. CD with Tim here and CD. I don't know. I don't think I'd bring back any raid T characters during a CD. CC, I can kind of like spiritually transport them over. Not none of their same lore, but similar origins, sort of like a multiversal situation. Same way that like Diamede exists in so many damn of my stories, like so many of my damn stories. What is my plan now? I'm not exactly sure. We do another raid T campaign or somewhere else. If we did, it would probably be in somewhere else, and that would fit. Or we restart up with these characters. It would purely depend on what we wanted to do with these characters. But I will say this though. What fucking title do we give this? Theseus? Death? Life? How much HP? Honestly, for the sake of this, I'm not even worried about AP. It's over. I don't know what I would do right now. Shit, I don't even know if I want to do anything at all right now. Fuck. Like, Randall legit had martial arts so that he could Attack on Titan style whip around on a person due to his tongue and then slash you 1,000 times. Get a major power up? No, I'm good with that. For fuck's sake, the Evermother's whole like thing is basically being a martial arts bastard. The mayor is a fucking nightmare, in all honesty. Oh, another thing about Florence. He had durability negation through his other inscription, which increased the tensile strength of something to a point that it was as thin as like as tight as paper, so he could cut through it with no resistance. Yeah, Florence was a person with reality warping, and then the ability to say "fuck your durability." He was one of the most disgusting things in Helicist arsenal. Other thing about Florence was that he was built in a way that he could actually, um, well, yet he never used them. Reason why is because, in that last little bit, I very much was suspecting y'all were going to murder the fuck out of all of them. So I was just like, if I put Florence down there, there's a high likelihood that none of them actually get hurt. Because he could just, hey, fire is snuffed. And that would basically give plot armor to whoever the fuck. Also, no, Florence was built in a way that he could be talked to and sent to go work for either Sujo or Helicist. He was kind of one of those like you could get him to change sides, and that would be the thing that made Sujo busted. Another fun fact about Sujo is his eye rays are not, I repeat, are not just mental. They also are physical. MVP, honestly, you held up Deus so fucking long, even though his main thing is being a person who moves around fast as fuck. Cause not gonna lie, the original idea with Deus's fight was that y'all set him free, he got out, and then he tore up the entirety of the upper part of this town. And that kind of didn't happen at all. because y'all went down there and then that shit happened. For fuck's sake, the reason why he has Broly Grab as a passive for any of his melee attacks is like fun as hell for me, you know? The whole thing of like, who wants to go first? Immediately gets Broly grabbed across the damn town as he starts fighting walls separately in different places. Yeah. Did things go how I wanted them to? No. Did I expect them to go how I wanted? Hell no. Seraph is one of those characters who I very much would say is probably my favorite, just because of how much thought and depth went into him. Yet, sadly, he got boiled down to being the murder man, even though his goals and motivations were deeper than that. He was tired and didn't want to deal with people anymore. And while murder was a very easy option he was not afraid of taking to get to his goal of just having peace, it was not his goal. Him and Sujo both want peace. It's just that Sujo will work through every piece of it to do the hard way and actually be nice all the way through and get his peace. Meanwhile, Seraph will just kill whoever he needs to achieve it. They both want peace. It's just that one is completely fine with murdering others. Who's gonna be mayor now? No one. No more fucking mayors. So, like, Sujo does not want to be fucking mayor, by the way. He does not. Like, legitimately, that's why his thing is different. Sujo will instate a different order, but he's not going to take the spot of mayor. He doesn't want it. Why the fuck would he? That spot was what was a place that his father abused and abandoned him from. Why would he want that seat? Who wants a throne of something that's that cruel? Also, the mayor's death is completely valid. Tim would make a leader, yes. Would he be a great leader? Yeah, I can see it. Tim went through some of the most drastic development over the course of this long day. Better than Jared? Fucking Christ. Better than Jared. My ass. That shit's immediately a fact. Fucking hell. Jared leading the city will be the death of all, as we all realize that we're fucked. Okay? Like, you gotta understand. Jared will kill us all. Jared will have you all fucking dead. Being present. Fuck, Jared is present. Yeah. Like, you can see how fucked this could get. This campaign also had the option of just going bellies up 1,000 times over. For fuck's sake, imagine if Randall hadn't got rolled there and Jared just fucking flat out died. Immediately burdened by his own sins. Or the time that Tim got hit by as well. Or here's another fucked up but really possible option out of all these different things. How many times we almost ended the campaign? Too many times. Another possible option was if the party fought Deus with all three advisors. Oh my god, that was going to be the most disgusting jumping you would ever see. Because, fun fact about the snake, you know how all of them have sin damage? The snake had poison sin damage. It was on a tick every turn. And you could only get rid of it by healing it off. So you needed to heal more than that sin damage per turn, which normally would be fine because, like, you have, like, say 18. Okay, you need to heal 18 HP and you'd be done. Problem is, well, I mean, you still have a few sins up there. A few. Brutus, watching and torture Theseus, mocking God, attempted assault. Like, what? I think it was probably like maybe 7 damage per turn. You have to heal 7, and then you would be fine from the poison tick. Jared, on the other hand, starts fucking taking like poison sin damage. He was never getting back up again. Jared has a heart attack. Jared has several heart attacks and never is able to recover. I love this campaign, and as much as there are things that I wish we had gotten to or got to see, I am completely happy with what we did. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves because I definitely enjoyed certain portions. More than others, but Also, Jesus Christ, this is just another case of having evidence for me being a person who could statistically fuck everything. Thought it Davis would insult you if she took sin damage. True. You would probably take. No, it's okay. Another fucked up portion about how this sin damage was all their like sin based attacks were inscriptions or things that only accounted for sins that happened within the 24-hour loop. Because otherwise you would all be fucked if it was like every sin you ever committed in the course of your life. And normally sin damage is pretty released and pretty useless. Problem is, it's a 24-hour loop with this many loops. It gets worse every time. Yeah. I definitely did enjoy describing the death of the mayor. That was fun. King Buskai. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, I remember. Hmm. It is the immediate answer of everything to kill him. I got you. Bruce the Titans can die. Yeah. To an extent, I was kind of hoping y'all would put more into stats than you were into just like as many inscriptions as y'all did. And then at a point, I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna make Bruce here, or not Bruce. I'm gonna make Deus and different people at different ranks and different heights. And then y'all started writing such absurd martial arts at the end that like boosted us like ski like the ceiling of speed was so like raised within the last few sessions that certain characters just would have been absolutely useless. And I was like, oh my god, this is stupid. What was Deus' stats? Mainly blank. I had some things for like reaction and combat speed and a fuck ton of HP, but like at a certain point, I kind of just started like reducing numbers and kind of just fucking around with them. So bullshit. He had static stats, and then I started just fucking with him because I was like, nah, I don't feel like staying here that long. We need to reduce the shit. His stats were in a similar situation as the mayor, where like they were cool but needed to get reduced. Also, I found it incredibly funny that like the mayor was one of the most absurd fights in the woods ever, due to the fact that his martial arts legit were written in a way that I could not do. Like, I'm not sure if you remember, but I was so tired when I wrote the mayor's stats that I did not make them make sense. So I was trying to figure them out while fighting y'all. With the deer titan, a free seed would basically just mean mug you and not speak. Yeah. Again, a free seed is also a very physical fighter, massive in size and throws absurd fucking trees. Besides that, he also cancels out magic from other titans and is known for fucking hunting them. Or back for Bruce. Yep. I, it feels crazy to imagine that this is all over now, you know? Because what? It was about like last year, this time? Like, not this time, but like last year we were running CEC. Now we're ending this off. And the Titan's probably gunning it for the town now. Yeah. Like, remember, the story would happen in an alternate future where none of this shit happens. For the book, at least. That's for season 2. Yeah. Same world, same setting, but Deus wouldn't exist. The moderators wouldn't exist. It would just be DSL, and all the different kings would be in their proper places. The players wouldn't exist. Yeah, Deus and the players wouldn't exist, but all the kings and everyone else still is. Are there any portions during this that surprised you? By the way, Astro. Mostly all of it? Really? Hmm. That's definitely an interesting thing to me. It's all twists and turns. Yeah, this was like the level of absurd complexity that I like with my storytelling, by the way. It gets disgusting with how many like individual plot hooks could happen from different characters. but y'all mainly spent most of your interaction with just yourselves and didn't interact with as many NPCs as I was hoping you would. And as such, I stopped building as many NPCs because I realized I was like, oh, they're not talking to a lot of them. Best ending? Best ending technically could be y'all power leveling and just offing Deus on your own. And then just watching this shit fucking go into a hellstorm. But no, best ending is seeing Deus versus Sujo, because that is the ending that I personally really wanted to see. Or Seraph versus Deus. Or a situation where you get Seraph and Sujo to fight each other, and then it's just Sujo versus Seraph at the end. Sujo and Seraph were legitimately my favorite characters. And while Seraph got some time, Sujo did not get to fight. Sujo did not get shown. Why do they hate each other again? Simple. They both went in at the same time, around the same time, for similar reasons. But while Sujo was given unfair treatment and given a nicer cell in a higher floor of the prison, Seraph stayed below. Meanwhile, after getting out and the few times that they did interact across the different years, Seraph and Sujo originally started out in a similar situation. Remember, their lives are super similar, but it's where their goals and motivation lie that change. Seraph made his inscriptions, and I quote, for the purpose of killing Titans. That's why his stuff is all combat oriented and being able to see truth and lies and through darkness. Meanwhile, Sujo wanted to be able to create peace and wanted to see a light and give people the ability to see what he sees. They are diametrically opposed in an absurd sense. Who caught Seraph? Miss Ethel. Miss Ethel sent both Sujo and Seraph to prison. Same scenario, same origin, both ways. What makes it fucked up is that Seraph and Sujo originally upon entering prison, Sujo is older. Was Sujo and Seraph in the same class as those two? I don't remember exactly. Hold on, let me check again. 39, 34, 32. There's a possibility that they would know of each other, but they were definitely not in the same class. Ariel was someone that, like, Sujo would have known as a person around that age because, like, older, right? And honestly, Ariel wouldn't have been known. She was a random common girl. She was not, like, picked up by anybody by that point. So yeah, Ariel would have been older than them. And by the time that she becomes a war hero, she's there long in prison by that point. What was Seraph before? What do you mean Seraph before? Before what? Before going to jail? Oh yeah, back into this. Sujo wanted to basically go with the logic of no one has the right to kill. We all have a desire to live, and we all should be able to live. I want to make inscriptions that allow people to see light in everything that's good. Meanwhile, Seraph bought into the hate and suffering that this city built, but found it stupid that we shouldn't be able to use inscriptions. And as such, he thought, well, I'll make something that lets me see through darkness and see lies, because that would be useful against the Titan. And I'll also Make an inscription lets me break my body apart and fight and do all this stuff. And those were his early inscriptions. Problem with that, however, wait, no, hold up, let me make sure I get that right. Yeah, no, the eye thing for him was there. What is the ever mother taught? Oh, she was just a general school teacher. They were fucking, what, like 4 and 6-year-olds? Doesn't really matter what subject that much, but she caught on to them having inscriptions and then sent them off to prison. No, she was not a combat teacher. Like a regular school subject. She would fit in for a combat teacher and it would make sense. But no. Both of these motherfuckers get sent off to jail, and upon which you would think that, oh, you have such similar origins, but it's the reason for why they made their inscriptions. No, she taught Ariel, yeah. But that was more of a, you got taken under my wing after you've become part of the military. And I've quit being a teacher by that point. Like, she quits being a teacher after sending Sujo and Seraph to jail. Because she's just like, ah, shit, I fucked them over. A little bit of remorse. It's also the reason why she gives Sujo a fucking cookie. And it is the most petty thing ever when you realize that moment is basically someone who has betrayed you and sent you to jail for years. Gave you a fucking cookie. Besides that, what else is there? Yeah, no. Sujo and Seraph meet in prison a couple times over the years, and they originally hit it off thinking that they're in a good situation, only for the two to realize after talking with each other that they couldn't be more apart. One of them originally wanted to envelop the light and give people hope. The other wanted to kill the things that their society had already decided on. And upon this, well, they realized neither of them were going to work, basically. Seraph turned away his idea of, well, Titans are evil and we should kill them too. Everything is cruel. Everything is evil. We should just stop worrying about trying to be good to each other. And instead, if it's cruel and evil to you, kill it. Stop it. Destroy it. Power is what's ruling us. Power is what's kept me in this prison for years. Why should I stop this obvious understanding that power is winning when I should just embrace it? Seraph embraced the idea that cruelty made strength. And if he has to be cruel and has to fight, he will. Meanwhile, Sujo, on the other hand, saw this world as it is and went, it is cruel, it is awful. But I'm not. Not inherently. And wishes to change it through just being better on his own. And if you want to ship those two, it's completely fine and valid. Go ahead. It's sad that Marigold and Jacob never got to experience it. True. But it was a fun experience nonetheless, right? Plus, Mary's going into CD, so, it's entirely disillusion will have him. Jacob has other things to go on. His life's difficult enough as it is. Yeah. Fun fact, when the business advisor was talking to Monkey Pirate, he was going to propose a truce and a deal of peace. He was the one advisor you could actually talk to, and Monkey Pirate offed him immediately. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Had it been early on, Tim, it would not have been that way. And quite literally, it is the epic musical situation of when does a man become a monster? When Tim is like Steven. Who's Steven in this situation? Are we talking about Steven like Steven Universe, or are we talking about Steven something else? Universe? Yeah. Tim, I could definitely see Steven Universe claims. That shit fits. But yeah. Um Jared's a fucking insane person. Just straight up saying that. Like across all of Jared's actions, he starts off this campaign with canonically his like pastime and things he wants to do is be a police officer who beats people up on some fucking Batman timing. Like that's fucking insane. Off rip. And then look at his actions throughout the rest of the campaign. Jared's a crazy person. Jared honestly gives me the same vibes as fucking Trevor from GTA 5. Like, legit, Jared is just Trevor. Brutus honestly became and is the most, like, one of the most sane persons throughout all of this. The mayor is always going to be scary. Zeke was a literal, like, built in, you're going to have to deal with this issue. Also, I love the fact that I had so many layers of symbolism and thought and plot in every character that just existed. Not sure how you pulled it off. Simple. You just played around while everyone else is being too sporadic on the ends. I'm probably gonna save this little section afterwards and just make that a separate VOD. It's just like after finale synopsis. It's just bullshit. Just want to kill that Titan. Yeah. Nothing else, and that was the most coherent goal out of everyone. It also is incredibly fitting you being the person to punch it basically to death, because fucking hell. Funny enough, the snake motherfucker had sin damage, right? And could strike you and be invisible. But he also had a pole that could extendo, and giving the Titan that ability, I was just like, there's no reason why Data should actually be stuck on Transpierce because he literally has one of the fucking pole ascension techniques that fucking another dude has. Meaning that he should be able to just use you to get airtime. Yeah, he forgot he has it. Yeah. It is what it is. I will say this though, right? Currently, as it is, a lot of these characters are absurd. You have no idea how like. Fun fact about Burn Girl, right? She has one inscription. Everything else she's doing is martial arts using the inscription. That's how her shit worked. It's fucking dope. And the way that I was building characters like this, it just made sense. And the fact that Burn Girl's whole thing is manipulating a stove, really fucking funny. It didn't just have to do with flammables. She could manipulate gas of different gas. What sins does a Titan has? Mass murder, manipulation, torture, destruction, sexual humiliation, like it just all sorts of weird shit. She Sanji, Burn Girl, yeah, I guess you could say technically is to cook, but she could also reduce the fucking air. Like she could legit thin out the air if she wanted to. Hmm. Doing that from feeling hate, or just doing that from feeling hate. Yeah, that's fair. But that's how martial arts are. Her thing is creating big gouts of pink flames that allow her to manipulate things. um, this is it's it. It feels insane to imagine, but like, hey, we're done. It's fucking over. Should have made anything that makes British you pissed off to die. Fair. Fucking find it funny as hell that I have go to hell as just a sentence. And that's been there for so long. Sorry, then like the nostalgia is starting to set in. It's just like, damn, this is the end, huh? Nah, we'll make new gimmicks, new jokes, new things. Let the old stay old and let them die. You have no idea how much of this shit I have thought about and how much this has taken up a portion of my life. Anyways, now that this is the finale, right? I guess it's time that, like, how do I play Lunaris? What do you mean? I'm going to save this section here. There. that's where the, I guess, outro section will be of this VOD. And damn, I need to like start downloading all the previous VODs that haven't been uploaded to YouTube, and once they're all loaded in, I'll start having them drop every 5 days. Or them. Yep. How do I act with them? Yeah. Call this tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, the episode. That's actually really fucking dope. It's the title. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm in that like talking like I'm fucking it just went through an experience, but I have. It's been a fucking year, almost like a year of our fucking life, or at least half of one. How many weeks? How many thoughts? You killed God. Yeah. You know what's really funny? There's an artist who I was paying for well, I paid for a piece of art with 4 of the 5 kings, excluding the mayor, right? And I don't want to rush them because I expected this to end in April, right? I expected this to end later. So I gave them a due date that's far later. But god damn it, it's over now. So I guess later on, all of these videos are gonna get a new thumbnail, huh? It's gonna be like, what the fuck happened? It's like, yeah, they changed out the thumbnail, I guess. It's insane. I I don't know what the fuck to do right now, you know? Cause like once this is over and I end this stream, I get to say that I finished another campaign. That I've done another fucking dream. I've completed mission after mission. But now I'm just not sure what to do anymore. Yo, Monkey Pirate, if you're still here, hop in and call. I got things I want to talk about. Finish a campaign like Hell's Gambit. Maybe finish a campaign like Hell's Gambit. We finished Hell's Gambit in the same sense as like CC, where we stopped after a very big plot hook, and then we just kind of stopped there. Like Hell's Gambit died due to the fact that like we had just fought against a literal god there. Well, not even a god. What campaign did you finish? This is the only one I think we finished. Like we actually got everything done. Because CC didn't end well, right? Cataclysm Catacombs. The Demon Slayer campaign just kind of fizzled up and died on its own for various reasons. Yeah, I think this is the one that I really got all the way through. Did I get to show off every little tree and trinket and thing I had? Nah. But to have fucking fun all the way through. Hell yeah. Absolutely fucking lootly. I don't know. It's interesting. You wanted the chainsaw lance? It would have been dope. It would have been dope. I do find it funny as hell that Minister Vel, right, showed up for only this episode, even though he was one of, if not the most important characters with a fuck ton of like monologue and energy put into him. Because you know, for an entire thing where you're fighting God, and his name is literally God. What did Zell pull? It's the fact that he got 2 nat 20s in his first showing and just was kind of popping off. The only reason I had Florence end him was just because I wanted him to have a good ending. and a quick ending, because if he fucking fumbled and went out sad, it would just be a yeah. So instead, I just had him die with a shit like easy death, because Florence is one of those characters who has a hey, just die. Vel had moves ranging from him basically being able to drop kick you, or him being a person who would fly in the air and like beat your ass midair, but that didn't work because y'all were underground. Is that Gojo in your recommended channels? That's fucking funny. Get him out of there. But Vel was one of those characters that just kind of was insane. It's been amazing. You know, it's been amazing. I think that over the course of like probably next, should I do it every 5 days or should I just make it weekly? Because I might just do it weekly for the uploads of this. And then set it to be like, well, and better than this. I mean, this was a good enough ending. It wasn't shit. And honestly, as long as the ending isn't shit and it's tolerable, I'm okay with this. Like, this is not the bad ending. Bad ending, honestly, for y'all would have just been losing it and dying there. Shit, even the ending of just getting trapped underneath the oil after beating Deus and just realizing, well, this is it. That's still okay and offending. If we played the Titans game, it wouldn't have been like when I mean bad ending. I don't mean like bad ending like it was bad for the story. I mean bad ending, but like it's just not narratively fun. The not narratively fun ending is just y'all dying and everyone's just fucked. Right? That's the only ending that's not cool because it just stops plot and story ideas. But any of the five kings could be something interesting. No, honestly, the worst ending is everyone dies except for the mayor. That is honestly the worst ending. If the mayor made it out unscathed and everyone else died, that would be the shittiest one. Mm. Hmm. I'm not exactly sure what I would think right now. Just thoughts and ideas. Thoughts and ideas. Hmm. I want Bruce with ODM gear and dodging air combos. That'd be fucking dope. Shit. Next line of martial arts if you ever do season 2. Yeah. If we actually did the math on like everyone's speeds and shit, y'all are fucking insane anime characters now. Congrats. Hmm. What would season 2 be about? Overall exploration of the rest of the world? Or if y'all decide to stay at the city, I guess the threats and issues that would come to the city. Hmm. I think that's it. I'm gonna end this VOD here. Okay? Everyone, have a lovely day. Be beautiful. And most importantly, I think that's